Thursday night Sweet 16 games couldn't have got any sweeter. We saw K-State beat Sparty. The Huskies dogged Arkansas. Gonzaga sent the Bruins back to Brentwood, and FAU shocked the world by beating Tennessee. And there's more to come tonight. So I'm bringing in John Fanta, who is a college basketball reporter for Fox Sports. My man, let's talk about this madness. I got to get your thoughts on 7-seed Michigan State's overtime loss to 3-seed Kansas, and UConn just absolutely running through Arkansas. What'd you think of those matchups?
Well, Brandon, it's great to be with you, and let's start with Kansas State. Marquise Noel, New York legend, just an unbelievable performance. I mean, to have 19 assists and to break a single-game NCAA tournament record, nothing short of sensational. Noel, a Harlem kid in New York City at Madison Square Garden. You're facing Mr. March and Tom Izzo, and he would not be denied. Jerome Tang, in year one at Kansas State, has led this program to being 40 minutes away from a Final Four, and here they are, the Wildcats now. They haven't been to a Final Four since the 1950s. What an opportunity they have. And then you go to Connecticut and Arkansas. UConn showed the country last night that they can win the national championship. The Huskies are complete. Jordan Hawkins with 24 points. Connecticut had a thorough advantage on the glass. They're just too big right now, Brandon. Dan Hurley's got it cooking. Adama Sanogo and Donovan Clingan are a two-headed monster inside. And Andre Jackson had 7 assists. He is the epitome of a leader. He's a playmaker as well. UConn is that good. They are the real deal. And they're 40 minutes away now from a Final Four ticket, which would send the locals around our footprint in the metropolitan area, a good amount of them down to Houston for the national semifinal.
Absolutely, and those were only the appetizers. The night ended with onions being cooked last night because FAU beat 4-seed Tennessee, and then Gonzaga took down 2-seed UCLA. What were your thoughts on those games?
Well, let's begin with UCLA Gonzaga. Holy cow. I mean, wow. You know, this is a situation where Gonzaga was down 13 at the half. They looked buried. And Mark Few's team they stuck to their principles. They dug in defensively. They overcome the deficit. They take the lead inside the 10-minute mark of the second half. And Drew Timme was incredible. I mean, to go for 36 points, he writes chapters to his legend, seemingly every game. He's got 10 consecutive games of 20-plus points in the NCAA tournament. It's just absurd. That's a record, by the way. He has been unbelievable. And last night he misses 2 free throws late. And it looks like 2006 all over again when Gus Johnson is chanting UCLA and the Bruins came back from 13 down to shock Adam Morris and send him into tears. But Mark Few ran what he called the Jay Wright play. And last night, the Jay Wright play became the Julian Strawther special, what Few was referring to as the 2016 National Championship game winner for Chris Jenkins for Villanova. Well, they ran the same thing with Julian Strawther as a trailer. Strawther asked Few if he could take the shot. Few used an expletive and said, "Julian, take the shot." And guess what? He took it. He drilled it. He's a Gonzaga hero. And the Zags just find a way, Brandon. I think they flew under the radar heading into this NCAA tournament. The fact is that program's 121-12 over the last 4 years. And then as for FAU, this is a magical story. Dusty May, 33-3. He's a former Indiana manager. I'm amazed by what the Owls have done. And I just thought that the way that they played against Tennessee was super, super impressive last night. They were down at the half. They didn't let that waver, and they hit late threes. They're a magical story, this FAU team. They're everything that's right with March. They've got depth. They've got perimeter shooting. I really like this group.
All right, tonight's game's got a lot to live up to, especially after what went down last night. To start it off, they're both 1- and 5-seed matchups. We've got Bama versus San Diego State, and then we've got Houston, Miami. Those Canes looking good. What do you think about tonight's matchups?
Well, I'm going to give you an upset pick. I think Miami shocks Houston.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm calling for some madness. I love that Miami backcourt of Isaiah Wong and Nigel Pack. And I just think that they're in a position here where they could pull it off. Now, game one, Alabama, San Diego State. I mean, you think about Alabama right now. They're playing as well as anybody in America. They really are. Brandon Miller is on another level. He's the best pro prospect at the college level. And Javon Quinterly has taken off. San Diego State has to try to muck it up, make it a half-court game, defend the hell out of Alabama, and hope that they're hitting shots on the other end between Matt Bradley and Jaden Ledee, as well as Micah Parrish. I think San Diego State just gets out firepowered, if you will. I just don't think they have enough to win the game. I think they'll be tough. I don't think they can score with Alabama. Houston has problems with teams that have backcourts that can score in bunches. And Miami has that. I mean, they really do. And Jim Larinaga made the Elite Eight last year and surprised a lot of people when he did, but he's gotten it back again. Larinaga is aging like a fine wine, Brandon, because while a lot of other coaches are saying, I'm calling it quits, I'm retiring, at the age of 73, he stays in it and his program's gotten better. Wow. I mean, how many 73-year-olds are getting their program to back eights? I'm calling for that tonight. I like the way this team's playing between Pack and Wong and then Jordan Miller, as well as inside Norchad Omier. Omier rebounds the ball at an elite level. When you have a great backcourt that's accompanied by a high-level rebounder, it means that you become really difficult to defend. And Houston's a great defensive team, but Miami's a simple case tonight where great offense can beat great defense. Miami has a great offensive unit.
What a time to live in where Miami is now a basketball school. What a time to be alive. All right, let's wrap up tonight. Princeton's the highest remaining seed at 15. They take on number 6 Creighton. And number 3 Xavier takes on number 2 Texas. What are your thoughts on those games?
Well, Princeton, an amazing story. I mean, you give Mitch Henderson and the world of credit for what he's engineered here. Tosan Awolama is an amazing prospect. I mean, he's such a unique talent. This group, and you're talking about guys that aren't on scholarship and just grind it out, and then they're going up against a Creighton team that I think is really balanced and really efficient. Xavier, Texas, great offense against great defense. Texas, hard-nosed defensively. Dylan Disu, you see on your screen, he's coming off terrific performances last weekend. Disu, to me, is the key to Texas Xavier. He had combined 45 points and 20 rebounds last week in the 2 wins. As for Xavier, they're going to need Sule Boom to step up. Their lead guard, he can't struggle from the field. And then it comes down to just Xavier's offense. Xavier can overwhelm teams offensively, but Texas has found their offense too. I like Texas in that game. I think Creighton-Princeton, it's a game that I understand Princeton's a heavy underdog, but I'll tell you what, Brandon, they're no fluke. I mean, when they beat Missouri in the round of 32, they dominated the game. So Ryan Langborg's got to be able to initiate that offense. They need to hit shots. It's sometimes simple, but Princeton's ability to go inside out and stretch Creighton out and make Creighton work on the defensive end is the key to the game. But I think Creighton has too much. I like Creighton, and I like Texas tonight.
I like it. And you got a lot of people calling their bookie right now on that Miami pick. It all goes down tonight starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. John, thank you for joining us, man. That was fun.
Brandon, I hope that folks don't call me and say, hey, I did call my bookie. We're going to find out tonight if I'm on the right or the wrong end of people's start to the weekend. Thank you for having me, sir.